I'd like to solve the puzzle, Alex.
This isn't Wheel of Fortune.
Who is Andre the Giant?
Is that an answer to a question?
No, I was just wondering who is Andre the Giant.
It doesn't get old. He is best known for his impressions of Burt Reynolds in anchoring The Weekend Update in the 90s on Saturday Night Live. But now, Canadian comedian Norm Macdonald wants you to find love. Yes, he is teaming up with the one and only, I'm going to mess this up, partner Vivek Jain this morning to tell us all about it. How did I butcher it like I just did my beer pong game? Hi, guys.
I know you're. Hi, how are you?
Hey, Dean, I was just thinking about, because you had Alex Trebek on, the great Alex Trebek. We have down here in the United States, we have J.D. Roberts from that very studio you're in.
Of course, yeah.
Alex Trebek, Peter Jennings. All these Canadian that started as hosts of teen dance shows.
It's so
became
true.
respected broadcasters.
It's so true. Listen, and I'm so happy you guys are talking about this because we're all looking for love in all the wrong places. I can't tell you how many people express their dissatisfaction, if I can say it, by looking at an image of somebody, and then they go on that date, and it's like Filter City, or it's like a picture from 15 years ago, and they're duped. So you have a solution. It's Loko. What is Loko?
Or you're straight out catfished. Loko is a brilliant idea that Vivek and I came up with. He's the more brilliant of the two of us, so he can explain it better.
Go ahead, Vivek.
I'll try to explain it, even though I'm the less brilliant of the two. So, the whole idea was to allow people to have real connections, meet real people. Just kind of what you alluded to. The idea is you have a video profile, so no more catfishing and, like you said, pictures from a decade ago. So you get to see the real person. You can't hide behind a video, as you know. And then the idea is the only way to communicate. You strip away this texting, which could go on for weeks, months, and who knows how long. And the way to communicate is through a video chat. And hopefully that way you lift the veil and you know who they are, and then you're more comfortable to go meet them out in person. Obviously, with COVID and then the pandemic happening, that's a little bit different. But at least you can have a meaningful connection with someone through video.
So it's two videos.
Studies show that within the first 30 seconds of a date, I mean, this is me more than studies, but I think within a few seconds you already know.
That's the truth. So the first video is like a, hi, I'm Norm Macdonald, right? And then the second one is a little bit longer. So that first dating call, is it like a 15-minute cap or something like that? Not too long, not too short, just right?
That's
what we did. So cap. Yeah, 15 minutes is what we capped it at. There's a paywall to allow you to extend it if you want.
No, 15 minutes.
The science behind it is.
No, Vivek, you got it wrong. She was asking the first thing you see is a profile.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, the first thing's the profile. It's an 8-second profile, and then you can add a 30-second profile on top of that if you want.
Can I tell you why we need this more than ever, Norm? So Jordy, who was just talking to you for your sound check, okay, he is single in the city. Do you know what he just said as he's listening to you two gentlemen talk? Do you want to know what he just said? I'm outing him right now.
Did he say, I just made a clumsy pass at Norm Macdonald?
Oh my gosh, he said, Jordy, tell them what you said. He said, but I like catfishing. He likes stupid people with old photos.
Good Lord.
That's right, Jordy, no more. No more with the Loko app. Do you believe that?
He loves criminal endeavors, I hear.
He just said, what did you say, George?
I muttered that in confidence.
But honestly, this is what's needed because enough of that already. With the filters that are available, with people, Jordy circa 1989, and then you show up for the date, you got ready, you wasted your time, especially in a pandemic. People need to find one another, and how do you do it safely? This is the way to do it. So whose idea was it? Was it you first, Vivek, that went to Norm, or was it Norm that came to you?
Yeah, this is Norm's epiphany moment. He had the epiphany moment of what we should do. Yeah, it was me. I gave dating a try after a while, and I tried the dating apps that are out there. And needless to say, it was a miserable fail. Oh. And so I was over at Norm's house one night whining about how bad these dates were. And we talked about it into the night, and by the end of it, Loko was born. Norm came up with the idea that the problem was the first date, and the way to solve it is through video. So
because the dating apps are so gross, because this is not a hookup dating app. This is about actually love. not loving the way they do it in songs. I'm gonna love you all night long, and come on, you know what that means. This is actual love, courting.
Okay. So tell
going
me
to the
this.
parlor.
Like The Bachelor, like The Bachelorette kind of love, the everlasting, right? No. Crickets.
Yeah, well, The Bachelor
like that.
Why the name
where you
Loko?
fall in love 30 seconds into the show. I can't. I'm kind of broken up about that girl I met 2 days ago.
Oh, listen, it is saturated, compressed time on The Bachelor is what they say. And some people have stayed together. By the way, I do believe in love at first sight. Do you not? Like you mentioned first impressions.
My friend he's a cameraman on The Bachelor, so he said like these, they would be having a romantic hot tub, and he'd be like knee deep in the water with a giant camera in their face.
It's also romantic. How did you come up with the name Loko? Loko.
Sure. So there's kind of threefold. So we had battles about this, but this is where we landed. But at the end of the day, it's we wanted to embrace the whole idea that dating is crazy these days. It's tough, and we're trying to give you a better alternative. And in Hawaiian, it means character and disposition, which is what Loko allows you to see more of.
Oh, cute.
So
I saw it as love knockout, like find your knockout, like your TKO. Okay.
So you should have talked to her when we were trying to convince people Loko.
Yes, that's much better.
What are people saying? Like, are people coming together this way? Like, what's the feedback you're getting?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it was an education process to tell people that video is a better way to do this, a more efficient, more effective way to do it. And obviously, when COVID happened and all the Zoom calls we do nowadays, the adoption was pretty quick as soon as that happened. I mean, we spent some time trying to get people there, and then that happened. And the snap of the fingers, our numbers were kind of threefold immediately. It's been good now. Now people are used to it. They like it.
I mean, thank God for the pandemic.
Here he goes. Okay, friends, for more information, locoforlove.com. But I do have to ask you, Norm, are you watching SNL right now? And what do you think of our fellow Canadian Jim Carrey getting roasted for all things portrayal of Joe Biden, president-elect? Do you think it's fair, unfair? Have you seen it?
I didn't even know he got roasted.
Yeah.
I've seen him on the show. I sent him a note because I thought it was the funniest political impression I've seen ever. Like, the guy is so great. And, geez, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know people didn't like it. Don't you like it?
I like it. I thought they were being unfair. He was trending for all the wrong reasons. They're like, Jim Carrey, go away. He's always got the mask face on. They liked him as the Fly as opposed to Biden. It was brutal. It was so not Canadian of us to be trending for all the wrong reasons.
Also, I think Jeff Goldblum was the Fly, but whatever.
Yeah. You know what? They had him as the Fly on Mike Pence's head. Do you remember that?
Yes, that's right. But he was Biden.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
It's Flyden. I don't know, whatever it was. What do you think it is about Canadians and our sensibilities that make us so hilarious and humble? I mean, go down the list. You got Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Marty Short, Ryan Reynolds. Who am I forgetting?
Yeah.
There's so many. John Candy, rest in peace.
Well, what makes us so incredibly talented and humble?
Yes.
And let's leave Ryan Reynolds out of it. But I don't know. I mean, I love all those guys. John Candy's my favorite comic actor of all time.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just have like 6 John Candy films, and whenever I'm down, I just put them in because that guy is the greatest of all time.
What was your favorite? So many good ones. Do you know, Norm, we actually celebrated...
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, those aren't pillows.
Yeah, that's right.
We just celebrated John Candy Day. We made it official here in Toronto because he was born on Halloween, October 31st, with the last name Candy. How serendipitous.
Didn't know that.
True story.
How cool.
Guys, thank you so much. We're actually wrapping up the show right now with a little Norm Macdonald and Vivek Jain. Thank you so much. Locoforlove.com. That was some good times, Mel.
I was laughing the whole time, and I love that Jordy got razzed there. The whole
Thank you,
guys.
Ryan Reynolds smackdown. He's just kidding, Ryan. Right, Norm? You love Ryan Reynolds. No?
And in the words of Dina, thank God for this pandemic.
Oh, my gosh. No, I did. Hey! And fade to black. Wait a minute.